Hi guys, welcome to another beer review, and yes, this angle, because why not? So today we're going back over to Mikkeller and we are looking at a bottle of the Til Fra Via, which is the holiday beer, which I think over the years has gone through different names. I'm not too sure, to be honest, but this is part of the Mikkeller January box, or the beer mail. And yeah, it's coming towards the end of January and I'm reviewing a Christmas beer, but yeah, I was initially going to keep hold of this one because it's pretty much an Imperial Porter at 8%, but then I realised that it's actually got quite a crazy ingredients list, which I've written down because I'm a true professional. So I thought, do you know what, I'm not going to leave it too much because I want to see how those flavours in there come into play. So I shall quickly read you what's in this then. So of course water, and then the malts are pale, smoked, Cara Crystal, brown and chocolate malts. Then of course there's roasted barley and dark cassonada, which, or cassonada dark, I think I'm pronouncing that right, which is pretty much like a brown sugar. Then the hops are Amarillo, Sars and Cascade, interesting hops for a porter. And then spices are star anise, clove, cinnamon and coriander seeds. So it literally sounds like a meal in a glass, and I love the artwork on this. Perfect like gift beer, I suppose, because you can actually just put to Peter, from Peter, via Mikkeller. Yeah, I think I shall do that next year. Just beer for myself. But yeah, fantastic artwork from Carl Grandin, and again, I think the artwork's changed over the years, but I do really like that. I just love the concept of it. And the best before date is the 4th of the 9th, 2022. So yeah, it's definitely one that you could hold on to for a while. But I want to see if those flavours are as in your face as I'd imagine them to be. So let's see what we get. I'm going to dub this the Lion King pour. I've not watched Lion King for quite a while, but yeah, look at that. It's got sort of like an oil slick. So then, well, it's definitely, smell it from here, beer in the glass, and that to me is, it's not completely jet black, but it's a really dark, intense sort of like oakiness. It's like a dulled colour, and beer poured with, even though the lighting's quite bright there, it's about one finger's worth of a sort of like a mocha looking head. So definitely a dark, intense looking beer. But yeah, I don't know, it's got like this sort of like sheen to it, which I can't really put into words. I don't think that's translating well on camera. And anyway, let's see what we got on the aroma. Oh, well, that's interesting. Definitely picking up that smoked malt. It's got like this sort of like char, almost like burnt roast beef, burnt toast sort of aspect to it. Almost like a smoked chocolate, if that makes sense. But yeah, it's got these sort of like really nice like woody tones in there. Coffee beans, it's got that sort of greenness you'd get from fresh coffee beans. A little bit of a resiny hop profile in there. And then you are getting like that slight sweet spiciness from the cinnamon. And then those like earthy spicy tones from the other spices included. Yeah, it's definitely intriguing smelling beer. It smells like, it literally does smell like a sort of like spice mix in a mortar and pestle after you've grinded it up. It's got that sort of like intensity to it. A little bit of like a sharpness on the nose as well. Yeah, definitely an intriguing one, so let's give it a taste. Cheers. Wow. I mean, it's packed full of flavour right from the start, but it actually intensifies on the back end. Really big, earthiness now as the beer's settling. You're definitely picking up those hops in that regard, but it's not hoppy. I mean, you wouldn't expect, really, excuse me, but you do detect those hops in there. Yeah, very prickly, spiciness on your tongue. It's sort of like leaving that sensation, that prickly sensation, but no real harshness. A little bit of a char character coming through. Again, that's sort of like burnt toast flavour. A little bit of a chocolate aroma flavour in there as well. I think those spices mask the booziness of this beer, because it's robust in that sense. That 8% is really masked really nicely. I do think that some people would find the spices in this beer a little bit too intense, but I think it's just right. It adds a little bit of an intriguing twist on the beer. For having like brown sugar in there, you're not really picking that up. It's sort of giving like a slight syrupiness as opposed to, you know, when you like sprinkle sugar on like onions or something and it sort of caramelizes. It's got that sort of sensation as opposed to being like a, well, mind you, I'd imagine the brown sugar they've used would be really sweet anyway. It just had like slight like caramel. I just like caramel. I did it again. A slight caramel-esque flavour to it, but it's not really sweet. It's actually surprisingly well balanced. And the more I'm talking, the more the after effect of those spices comes through. Almost to the point as if you'd almost think there's like maybe a slight peppery, chili note in there. But there's no heat, there's no alcohol, there's no offensive tones. Yeah, it's an intriguing one. I didn't know what to expect going into this one. But it's not too rich, it's not too overbearing. But at the same time, it's not as if like, oh, they've put all this stuff in there, I'm getting actually none of that. You are getting it, and it's got like a nice balance to it. And it's definitely got that sort of like cuisine type beer aspect to it. I mean, flavours like this would match perfectly with like some nice like dark meats, maybe like a gamey dish. I mean, for the Christmas period, I don't think you'd find anything better to match with like your Christmas roast dinner or your traditional Christmas meals, because it is a quite savoury beer, and I really like it. It's a really interesting take on that. It's what it class as a Baltic porter. I'm not too sure. Mouthfeel, it's nice and satisfying, not too heavy, not too light. Very sticky on the palate. It's like resiny stickiness coming from those hops and that sugar. Yeah, it's an intriguing one for sure. Not for everyone, but if you want something different, if you want a little bit of a spring in your step on that early Christmas morning because your kids are wanting to get up at like fucking 5 o'clock, then this would definitely perk you up. And yeah, I really like that. Is it one that I could drink a lot of? No. I would not want to have more than like one bottle of that in one sitting, and I don't think I'd want to have that on a sort of regular basis. It's definitely one of those ones that you'd want to have it as a bit of a treat, and it's another one of those beers where I think it would be a completely different animal if you were to age it for a while. And I don't know if they like do barrel variations or change the hops and the spices and that sort of thing. Nice carbonation, but you could do a hell of a lot with that beer. You could tell that the base beer underneath is a really high quality strong porter, and that's what I've really found with my experience with Mikkeller. It's just the creativity. Every beer that I've had from them, at the minimum a 7 out of 10 beers that I would drink again. This, it's not, you know, the highest rated, I'd say, out of all of the ones that I've had so far, but I'd still give it something like a 7.5 out of 10. And yeah, I would drink it again, but I would probably want to hold on to it for at least a year or so, just to see how the beer plays around, because I've not had too much experience with holding on to beers because I'm a very impatient little boy. And yeah, but definitely intriguing if you want something a little bit different. That's not too left field. It's that way, Peter. That's not too left field to the point where it's absurd. Then definitely give it a go. And I'll just like the playfulness of it. You know, it's a gift sort of beer, but it's a selfish gift. And thank you, Mikkeller, for the email, even though I did pay for it. But yeah, if you're interested by any of the Mikkeller beers that I've reviewed on the channel, I'm going to put my referral link down below. You must be sick to death of me spamming that link, but it gives you a little bit of a discount. Give them a try, and also helps me out as well, which is always greatly appreciated to those who do click that link. But I'm not going to dwell on people who click that link, even though they are beautiful, beautiful people. In fact, anybody who takes time out of their lives to watch anything that I create, you're a beautiful person as well. And yeah, so check out my Mikkeller playlist, check out my Porter playlist. If any of my friends of male beer tubers have reviewed this one or previous vintages, then I will put their links down below. And yeah, check out Mikkeller, check out Keith Shaw, fantastic artwork as per usual. And more importantly, I hope you join me next time for another beer review where you might be a little bit lower down and we might get a little bit more intimate. And you might actually see me without any pants on, because I have got pants on, even though I usually do reviews without any pants on. A little bit of clueless drinker trivia there for your next pub quiz. Anyway guys, thank you for watching, and I shall hopefully see you all later. Cheers. I winked twice then, that was weird.